Please hang up and try again.
Hello, welcome back. It is June 18th, 2021. This is Friday Failures. So I'm currently on my way down to Corona. I had the Corona listing, sold that listing, and the sellers had a 29-day free rent back as negotiated with the sale of the contract. So they're moving out this just past weekend, and one item came up, the stove. So the buyers were having a delivery of the stove, all their new appliances, because their assumption was that the stove was not included. My seller's assumption was that the stove was included. So we have an extra stove, and technically it's my seller's possession. One item on the contract that I missed. Typically the stove gets included in a contract. However, there is a checkbox in the contract that you have to check for the stove to be included. So on one of my first transactions, I learned this lesson, and I was again reminded of it. So fortunately for my sellers, it was more of a bonus that they got to keep their stove. It's an extra stove, and ultimately what they're going to end up doing with it is gifting it to a family member to take on, because it's a relatively new stove. So with that being said, my sellers were in the midst of a crazy move out, stuff going to storage, stuff going to their interim rental, and so I wanted to take some ownership of that, and ultimately I just offered up my truck, and I'm going to be moving a stove today for them. So that's this week's failure. Constantly checking contracts. Fortunately, it was a minute thing, and ultimately a positive thing for my sellers. It just wasn't something they were planning on moving in the midst of a large move with multiple children and all that good stuff. So just always learning, always integrating, and really just taking ownership for kind of that small mistake that I was an oversee for me, and delivering some good service for my sellers. Hope you have a good day. Bye.